Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's your boy Gino. Make sure you hit like and subscribe before we get going here. Back at you with another music review. Today, I want to do a little bit of the 80s rock era. Yeah, you heard me right. 80s rock. And as you see in the background, we're cutting straight to the chase. I'm talking about Welcome to the Jungle, baby. Welcome to the jungle, baby. By Guns N' Roses. Yep. Couple interesting facts before we get going here. Axl Rose, the lead singer, uh, red-haired guy, actually grew up in the same city I grew up in, went to the same high school I graduated from, um, as well. Even reached out to me from his personal Facebook one time under the name William Bruce Bailey. So that's how I knew it was him, because that's his actual name. Funny story about Axl. I've got a buddy I played baseball with. His dad was one of our coaches, whom went to school with Axl and as well ran cross country with Axl, which is a neat fact in itself. Thinking about uh, a big old druggy rock musician. One time was running miles and competing in cross country, but at any rate, um, Axl, being the very outspoken, opinionated person he is, had a tendency to get in trouble by his mouth, and did exactly so one day after a practice or a meet, I believe. And I don't know if it was one or a couple of the guys on the team had roughed him up a little bit. What all that entailed, I'm not sure, other than it resulted in Axl being jammed into a locker and locked in that locker. Obviously, to this day, he was able to make it out and free himself. To which I'm sure that guy who participated in putting him in that locker wishes he was a little bit nicer, given all the millions of dollars Axl later on went on to make, and the success that came with it. A couple of the other band members, Izzy Stradlin, went to school with his niece, last name Isbell. I'm not going to drop any names. Um, I didn't get any permission from the following people to do so. So I feel like out of respect, I'm not going to put those people out there like that. But it's crazy how small the world is. You know what I mean? So it's kind of why I bring those facts up, because you just never know who you might be growing up next door to, or even yourself. You never know what you might end up becoming. All you got to do is dream and manifest it into reality, and that's a very important lesson, to stay determined if you have a dream, and one day hopefully you can turn it into fruition. So the track was released in 1987 on the album Appetite for Destruction, one of the greatest studio albums in rock band history. My opinion, obviously, but I'm sure I have a lot of people who would agree with me on that statement. Little biased, I guess, before I get into this one, because I've heard the song. It's from the 80s. Not that I've heard every song from the past, but a song this popular, it's hard not to, especially as much radio play as it does get still to this day. I'm sure most of you have probably heard it yourself. So, very awesome song. Love it. Something that I used to love, kind of, getting hyped to. Uh, just, if even down to waking up in the morning, you could count on this song getting you up, getting you to school, and getting that C on that test. Yeah, you heard me. Getting that C on that test. Surprisingly, most of you may not think it, but, I had good grades in high school. I think I rounded out graduating in the top 50, 55 out of 600 in my graduating class, and rounded out my GPA to like 3.6, something like that. Uh, Useless information, but just a little side note about me. So, smarter than I look, or maybe I'm dumber than I look. I don't know. Double entendre there. Anyway, without rambling on too much further, because I could definitely do that, let's go ahead and kick this one off. So this is Slash right now. lead guitarist. A lot of people think he's Caucasian, but he's actually African American. Very light skinned, but I haven't heard him speak personally, but I would say he has not a Ebonic accent, I guess. The Slash has some of the most amazing riffs and one of the most underrated guitarists of all time. Talking about the city of Los Angeles. See if we can get a pause here real quick. So, kicking off right there, they definitely started right at face value with the title of the song, kicking off the lyrics with "Welcome to the Jungle." The jungle referring to the city of Los Angeles, being that it is basically the hottest city to make your dreams come true, city of angels. A lot of people without even going know it's high risk, high reward when you go to pursue being famous. Unfortunately, a lot of people I don't think make it, just due to whatever reasons, financially, emotionally, physically, whatever it may be. Cost of living is outrageous out there, so I could definitely see that playing a role. And getting famous doesn't happen overnight. To most people, it can happen, but I wouldn't bank on it. Always have a plan. So they're kind of talking about being or Los Angeles being the city of fame and fortune and drugs, sex, and rock and roll. So if that's the future you're wanting, he's kind of speaking as Satan, Lucifer, the devil, whatever you may call him in the song, speaking with his words of temptation to draw you in and try to get you believing in yourself and solely in the dollars. So let's keep it going. Talking about the pain, all the pain it takes reaching fame and fortune. A lot of people think it's easy. It's not easy. I'm obviously not famous personally, but I've seen plenty of famous people to know. So just a little breakdown of the lyrics right there. Everyone, 90% of people who listen to the song know the lyrics. They're easy to remember. They're engraved into your head. And I'm sure 80 of those 90% don't even know what the lyrics are they're saying. And basically speaking about serpentine and I want to hear you scream. So use your imagination, put two and two together about what he's speaking of. But I know being a child when I was singing and screaming those lyrics out loud, not having an idea. Well, I probably had an idea, but looking at the next person to the side of me who definitely wouldn't have had an idea, singing along just because the lyrics are that famous. But a very provocative line nonetheless, and you hear it repetitively throughout the song. Sorry if my voice is cracking a little bit. Done a lot of little recording today, so. I love this bridge right here. Slash killing the riffs, like always. You never wanna come down. So down, so down, so down. Not doing that ever again, so enjoy it. Let's pause it real quick right there. So definitely another great example of temptation and the drugs that come with fame and fortune. Um, Basically saying when you're an addict, you're always chasing that high, fame. You're always chasing that high. You're chasing the next dollar, chasing this, and not putting humanity first. You're just putting yourself and your goal number one, which ain't always a bad thing, but certainly if you approach it the wrong way, can be very self-destructive, much like addiction and drugs are themselves, especially when you run out. So Guns N' Roses did lots of drugs, I could tell you that. Without knowing them personally, I guarantee you they did lots of good drugs. Heroin, probably black tar and China white, fucking 100% cocaine from Pablo Escobar. They probably fucking imported coke for fucking Pablo for all we know. Motherfuckers were nuts. Fucking nuts. And rock was a great front for coke. You know what I mean? All the people in those fucking concerts, dude, fucking high as a motherfucking kite on probably at least 3 different fucking things, plus drunk, So definitely, obviously, smoking some good dope. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't even really consider that shit a drug, and nobody should. I'm sure God even smoked a little bud in his lifetime. So no harm, no foul. No harm, no foul there. So smoke your weed. Check out this watch, by the way, brother. That's that Bulova blackface. It's that king shit. It's that king shit. Awesome drums, awesome guitars there, obviously, but a lot of people don't give enough credit to the other musicians in a band outside the vocalist, and I definitely want to harp that on my channel. I am a well-rounded ear when it comes to music, and I'm not just listening to vocals. I'm listening to the beat. I'm listening to the vocals. I'm listening to them together. I'm listening to them separate. Um, and the guitar and the drums and these runs with Guns N' Roses. Your average simoleon is going to say Guns N' Roses is 100% Axl Rose on the vocals, but someone who knows music knows it's 51% the instruments played in Guns N' Roses by the individuals. And Axl didn't play an instrument. He may have been able to, and I'm sure he could play guitar or whatever, but was strictly vocals. So anyone who would say Axl was 100% of the band, I would suggest that you take a step back and really appreciate music from another light and do your research, because looking up Slash, you'll definitely be taken back. And if you re-listen to that song, re-listen to Guns N' Roses as a whole with that open mind, then you'll definitely realize what I'm talking about. It's not even 50-50. It's 51-49. 51 being the guitarists and the drummers, and mainly Slash. But definitely we're all awesome musicians of their time. So let's go ahead and wrap this song up. But you can definitely see where the song gets you into the mode and in the zone if you got something ahead of you, a goal to accomplish competitively. Yeah, baby. Welcome to the jungle. Referenced again there. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Literally hell. That is the devil at his finest. See if I can get this shit paused. I don't want other music popping up while I'm speaking my words. There we go. So, very clearly an awesome song. A top 500 for me easily. Guns N' Roses, definitely a top 20 rock band all time for me. Any era, any decade. Speaking of any decade, that is one of my favorite rock bands. So there you have it. Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses. I hope y'all enjoyed the little bit of information and the analysis I gave you. Be sure to hit like and subscribe down there at the bottom and hit that bell for all the notifications so I pop up in your newsfeed as I drop the content. Um, as I go further with this, I will be updating my technological side of things, better camera, better microphone. Uh, I'll have more editing in my videos and whatnot, but certainly am excited to see the future and where this channel may go. So, um, hope everyone has a blessed day. Um, take care of your responsibilities and work hard, play harder, man. Till then, we'll see you next time.